We're here. We're still here. After 10 years feels like 20. I know, right? But we're still here. 10 years on. I'm not sure I'll be alive in 10 years. The way I live my life, rock and roll, warhammering lifestyle, you know. All the ladies, all the wine, all the stunts, all the flashy boats and speed, skydiving, parachuting from Mars onto the moon, all that sort of stuff. I'm not sure I'll be alive in 10 years. Thank you. Hi, chat. No expense spared, look. No expense spared for the 10th anniversary live stream. I was down at Clinton Cards. We got all the things in the entire shop. Thought a bit of razzmatazz on the wall. Hi, Jack. How Heresy. Hi, Logistic. Hi, Gred. Hi, Duppy Man. Hi, PP. Plating. Hi, Inchin. 10-year anniversary live stream. Hi. Thanks for coming. Double digits. Hi, son. Nice to see you in the chat. He's back again. Yeah, we made it. 10 years. Long time ago. Had a bit more hair then. And it's not grey now. And it's not grey then. It's still 100% black, brown, grey. No grey, despite what my wife says. No grey. And we're going to take a look back at 2014 tonight on the live stream, as well as answer your questions and try and entertain you for the next hour or so. I'm looking forward to this one. This week, Sultan was supposed to be here this week. So if Sultan watches this, or if he watches it along with the VOD squad later on, hi VOD squad, by the way. Thumbs up if you're in the VOD squad. If you're in the VOD squad now, watching this after the fact, give me a thumb, give me a wave, give me something. Yeah, and if he watches Sultan, I'm sorry, but I was thinking about doing the dual stream with me and Sultan because community demanded it. And then it occurred to me over the weekend, no, 1 minute, Monday, yesterday, was the 10-year anniversary. Who'd have thunk it? So thank you, guys. That's not bacon, no. Bacon. Bacon is the meat. No, Sultan didn't abandon me on my birthday. Sultan actually hit me up earlier on. And he said, like, what time am I coming round? And I said, tonight I'm doing the anniversary stream. Next week we can do that because a certain codex might be coming out. It'd be lovely if you could join me then. And he said, I thought you wanted, last week you said you wanted to be there tonight. It's on my calendar and everything. And I was like, did I? I'm sorry. And then I checked and I was like, yeah, I did. I did tell him. So he didn't abandon me. I abandoned him, okay? I abandoned him. He was abandoned. It was a backwards abandonment. The other way around. He didn't abandon me. That's okay. No, thank you for all. Niall, thank you. The battle reports. It's just, look. You don't have to thank me. I have to thank you guys. So thank you, all the watchers, subscribers, members, supporters, lovers. Thank you all. Thank you for all the tickles. Thank you for the hugs. Thank you for the support. It's a dream, you know, to be playing games for a living. And it's a gift to have come across this so late in my life as well. I always feel like I've been gifted something. And it's a gift to do this for you. So, you don't have to thank me. Thank you. I'm the one who should be thanking you for granting this old man a gift later in life. So thanks. I mean, you say I'm the one putting in the work. It's not really work. You know, back when I did shift work in a factory or worked at McDonald's or places like that, that was proper work. This is just, it's more hobby time, really. I just do more of my hobby and film my hobby and share it with you guys. I mean, there's some people out there doing real work right now. There's like Blood Buffalo's not in the chat right now, but he's probably delivering through the hail. You know, he works hard. He works hard. Friendly Neighborhood Inquisitor, thank you for your 20 months. 20 months is a long time for memberships. Damn it, Winters, will you accept our thanks? Okay, thank you for your thanks, but I'm thanking you for the thanks that you're thanking me for the thanks. So it's a whole big circle of thanks going here. Blood Buffalo is in the chat. He's literally in the rain. See, he's in the rain in Buffalo, covered in blood right now, going postal, delivering mails door to door. That's hard work. This isn't hard work. Occasionally I point the camera at something and start talking. Who'd have thought you could make a living out of that? Apparently you can. This badge weighs down the thing. It's, yeah. Anyway, yeah. 10 years. 10 years. I hope you enjoyed that video I did put together, though, the thank you video. I was sitting on that from one for a while. In my brain, like, what do I say? Because it could have turned into a really long one. Quite a long rant. So it was percolating in my brain for a couple of days while I was thinking of what to say and how to make it funny and how to make it entertaining. And in the end, I just thought, oh, I got to, because I left it right until the last minute, basically. And I thought I just have to rip the Band-Aid off here and just go and just say thanks and go. So that's what I did. So I just ripped the, like, boom, one take, edit it together, speed it up a little bit, put it out there, less than 3 minutes. Thank you. Just, it's more honest that way, isn't it? And yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. But I hope you enjoyed that video. I said in that video, what's going on? Tornado touchdown in Buffalo yesterday. If I stop responding, it's because I'm in midair. Okay, Buffalo, just grab onto the ground. Grip the ground. Hold on tight. That movie Twisters, right? Hold on tight to the ground. Maybe you won't wisp away. Thank you, Fuzzy. Thank you, Sleepy Jack. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Donitis. Yeah, thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you. Lots of love in the chat. I love the love in the chat. Thank you. And I said in the video a bunch of times, the thank you video, like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Does anyone have any idea what they're doing? As I got older, one of the things I've realized is most people have got no clue what they're doing. Every now and then in life, you bump into someone who does have an idea what they're doing, and you tend to follow them around a bit because they'll lead you in interesting locations, but and maybe feed you some nice food. But most of the time, most of us just go about our lives going, what? These things work. These lights are on. Yeah. How did I get here? I have children. What is that pet doing? We don't know how and why we came to these places. Thank you, Rick Shazam. Rick Shazam definitely has no idea what he's doing most of the time. And he points a camera for a living. He's like, where am I? What's going on? Just point the camera, buddy. Okay. You know, that's how we navigate through our lives, most of us, with little to no idea. It's like when you were in school and they asked you what you wanted to be when you grew up. Well, I was in school in the 70s and 80s, and YouTube didn't exist back then. If they asked me, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? I couldn't say YouTuber because I didn't know. No one knew. Yeah, Blood Buffalo, hold on. Don't be blown away. Andy H. $9.99. Thank you for the first donation of the evening. 10 years filming, 40k. You're old now. Time to start the historicals. Old world doesn't count. Congrats, Jude. Thank you, Andy H. And Rue gifted 5 memberships. Thank you. We've got some memberships. Got this. I've been set up for this. Stand back. Look, high production value. I was hoping I might get a dono or two this evening. So I got one of these to celebrate and one of these. So first up for Andy H. Thank you. And then we have one for Rue, but Rue gifted 5 memberships, so we'll do a double one. You might want to stick your things in it. High production value, guys. Hang on, Blood Buffalo. You're about to be blown away by this special effect. Or I might blow your eardrums out. Hang on. I think that came out a solid shot, that one. That one came out a solid shot. He's going to clear this up once I'm done. But thank you for your donations and the memberships this evening. Thank you. See, we're in the festive spirit. We're in a party mood. Yes. Buckshot. What was I talking about? What was I talking about, guys? I was talking about the video, the thank you video. Yes. Heresy Squat, thank you for your donation. Thank you, Heresy Squat. I appreciate you. No comment. It's just a donation. Just a cheeky pound. I can't find the thing. It should have a thing. That, not that one. Did one. Thank you. Thanks for the donation. I should fire it at that, and then it'll be like 3D. Ah, dear. Yes, 10-year anniversary. Obviously, when you go back, you can't find the OG videos because of copyright restrictions. I had to take a bunch of them down. What it was the original music that I put on the OG videos that I put out on YouTube wasn't originally copyrighted. And then what someone bought up like the million or so songs that other firm used, and then copyright the whole things. So, and then you get copyright strike. Well, you're not going to get copyright strikes. You get copyright warnings like, yeah, this music, yeah. And what YouTube do is take all the ad revenue that you got from them and give them to them. This happened a couple of years ago now. And then ask you, hey, do you want to contest it? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? And I got like 100 emails. I got a load of emails. Junk. Well, I'm not contesting all of them. So I just took them down. Just easier that way, you know. Thank you. Hello, Portugal. There will not be a party popper industry, okay? I've filled in the health and safety forms beforehand. We've risk assessed the whole thing. I assure you this is 100% flammable. If it goes up in flames, we're all going to die. And then there's no one to sue then because we're all dead. So, yeah. So I had to take down the OG videos, but there is still a chunk of videos on there that I did back at the start, which were, what was it? Not with any music on. And there's still a bunch of videos back then at the start where you can see the old summary way. I did it back then, 10 years ago. Because back then, when you went into YouTubes and you put in Battle Report, about half of them were summary ones and half of them showed the full dice rolling. And Striking Scorpion, he showed a bunch of full dice rolling. Minigame, Wargaming, they showed a bunch of full dice rolling. But a lot of YouTubers didn't bother, and I didn't bother. Hi, Just Craig. Hi, thanks for your donation, Just Craig. You legend. Thank you for your donation. That's caught over my Tesseract vault up there. That's going to be a pain in the ass to get down. Thank you, Just Craig. I've got a battle report. That's on other news. The drop pod paint video is still there. You used that one recently, 8 years old maybe. Yeah, that one's going gangbusters. Hi, Sullivan Gilbert. That one's going gangbusters. Some of the old tutorial ones, like the old Ruins one, the old drop pod one, they still keep ticking over. So that's why I started doing a few more tutorial ones. Like I'm into speed painting these days. So like do the Iron Hand speed painting, the Raven Guard speed painting, and I've prepped a couple of bases I'm going to do one on basing. Just a tutorial one, stick it up there on the YouTubes. Then it's a nice one in the background, a basic basing video. It'll only get a few thousand views, but over the years, it should add and add and add and add. You're about a year behind on my vids. Don't go back a year. Don't go... Rick Shazam! Thank you for your donation, Rick. Thank you. Legend. Thank you. We're not going to get very far this evening, are we? Thank you, Rick. Just Craig, I feel a bit guilty now because you come down here and play with me every now and then, Just Craig and Rick, and you have to pay for the petrol, and you turn up, and I barely give you tea or anything, just give you a ton of shit, and then you go home again. But thank you for your donations and also driving all the way down here and come doing about. Yeah, what? Imagine your 40 years. What, Sullivan? Imagine your 40 years on YouTube, Life Hollows. Yeah. Any idea when the next community event is going to be? The next community event is the March of Winters event at Element Games in Manchester on Sunday, the 6th of October, which fortunately is sold out. That's the next event. There'll be one after that in January. And if you're in the, you are a member, that'll be the King in the North 2015. So after October, the next one, 2015. Greg Shimon! Thank you. Loft donation fund. Happy 10 years. Thank you, Greg. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Greg. Thank you. Thank you, Greg. We're celebrating here. Lots of celebrations going on. Yes, but tickets for that have been sold out since March. What? What are you talking about? 2025? What? Benjamin, thank you for your donation, Benjamin. Thank you. Is there any Heresy faction or Legion you have not played or played against? Yeah. Celebration. Is there any Heresy faction or Legion I have not played or played against? Well, there's a chunk of them I have not played because I only own about 6 or 7 of them. Is there any ones that I have not played against? Imperial Fists. Okay, 1 minute. You donated, so this is quite a big breakdown. Let me get the book. We'll get the hallowed tome. We will run through the tome. Dark Angels, I've played against them. White Scars, yes. The ones that I've played against Dark Angels, White Scars, Space Wolves, Imperial Fists, Blood Angels, Iron Hands, Ultramarines, Salamanders, and Raven Guard. Yes, I've played against all the Loyalists. All with. And the Heretics, Emperor's Children, Iron Warriors, Night Lords, World Eaters, Death Guard, Thousand Sons, Sons of Horus, Word Bearers. I've played against all, or with all. Yeah, I know. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Furry mofo right there. Furry. Gratuitous leg shot. No more poppers. There's plenty of there. Well, we might be running out of breath at some point. I've got a bag of them. It'd be a shame not to use them. This is going to take ages to tidy up. Why am I tidying up already? I should be focusing on the stream. Played against Death Watch. That will change. You've not played against Knights yet. No, I haven't played against a standalone Knights army yet. But Craig is working on them. So we'll get that on the channel at some point. Am I excited for 3.0? No. I'm not excited for 3.0. And rumours say it's coming next summer. And I'm not excited about that either. I think Games Workshop would be better served if they re-release AOS and re-release 40k every 3 years and have that as that kind of cycle of game, which has regular updates, regular releases, regular re-releases, and keep it on that sort of cycle. That's fine. That's a business model you can adopt. But I wouldn't have that for all my game systems. For the other 2 major game systems they have, Old World and Heresy, which attracts... Well, both systems attract a wide variety of different gamers, but Old World has got more collectors than competitors. Heresy's got more competitors than collectors. People who want to collect rather than compete. Same with Heresy. 40k has got more people who just want to... They've got collectors and also... But Heresy is more aimed towards... people trying to build long-term plans, an entire legion of thousands of miniatures, things like that, working on the Raven Guard, working on the Space Wolves for many, many years, as opposed to buying a 2,000-point army and tweaking it a bit, and then another 2,000-point army, and having a couple of different 2,000-point armies that you're running, and you're trying to, that's what the 40k does. Heresy is more of a collect. So I think that should be on a longer release cycle. Double the length of time. I think Old World and Heresy should be 6-year release cycles, not 3-year release cycles, and I don't think they should mess around with it very much, honestly. And Joseph Troon, we have another donation. Thank you for no donation. Just no words, just a lovely dono. Thank you, Jason. Yeah. You guys aren't seeing any of this, are you? It's shooting over your heads. It's shooting all over your face and heads and down the back of the thing, and it's a fire hazard. But I'm seeing it. It's fun. And my wife will definitely see it when he comes in here later. Thank you, Joseph. Yeah, right. Slow burn prospects. I started my 5 Heresy armies since 7th edition, and they're all over 6,000. Second ed. There you go. Slow burn. Heresy armies, second ed. They're all over 6,000 points. That's a slow burn. Second ed. Actually, no, you're not talking about second ed 40k. You're talking about second ed Heresy. Well, yeah, I mean, just Craig, you're an anomaly, okay? You're someone who's like, hey, I don't want one army. I want 78 armies, and I want them now. It's all about, you know, there's heresy. Just let it percolate. I mean, they can't release 3.0 yet because they haven't even released all the models from 2.0 yet. So they've got to release all the models. I'm doing well. Thank you, Killer Kriegsman. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I miss you. Come back to us. Help me, Obi-Wan. You're my only hope. I hope they don't change too many things for 3.0. I think the core rule set is very... Yes, the core rule set for Heresy... like there's lots of arguments we can talk about rules in general. We can talk about 40k rules in general. We can talk about you go, I go turns. You can talk about simplicity versus complexity. You can talk about all the meta philosophical stuff about rules writing. That's one conversation. Or you can have a conversation about, okay, these rules as they exist, are they fun to play? Is it a pleasant experience? Does Heresy on the battlefield come alive a little bit like it does in the books? And the answer to those questions is yes, it is fun to play, and it does come alive like it does in the books. And Heresy is based around the books. If it wasn't for the books and the whole thing, we wouldn't have the Heresy game. If it wasn't for Black Library making all the whole things, there wouldn't be Heresy the game. It would, I mean, they would release a bunch. You need it, the thing drove the thing, not the other. So yeah, as a fun piece of fun. Jackus Woods, thank you for your donation. Thank you. Happy anniversary. Can we get another popper to the face, please? Not well. Yes, you can. Thank you. Thank you for your donation. I tried to aim it. You know, that was definitely a miss. Get rid of that. And yes. A few tweaks for the core rules for Heresy is solid. Any of the tweaks they need to make, most of the tweaks they need to make is with the codexes, not with the core rules, in my humble opinion. And I think the release cycle for Heresy should be longer than the other games. If you had a business, wouldn't you want to experiment with different release cycles and different lengths of time on different IPs to let them to see what works? If everything was set to the same tempo all the time, I'm not sure that that's a good business decision, because you might be missing out, because some tempo, the same model doesn't fit everyone, right? A different tempo might be better for a different thing than another thing for another thing. Just Craig, thank you for gifting a membership. Thank you. Thank you, Datsun Des. Hi, Steve. Steve, not Rob, is here. Thank you. Thank you for gifting a membership. Just Craig. Thank you. We celebrate that. Celebration proper. Thanks, Just Craig. Thank you. Why did you already gave a dono? Why did you bother? Hi, Steve, not Rob. Happy 10 years old. Yes, happy to you. You were Steve, not Rob is in the chat, people. He is one of the first strangers that I invited off the internet to come around my house. Did you know, guys and girls at home, here's a thing you can do in this day and age, okay? This day and age is amazing. People like complaining about the modern era. Dawson Des, thank you. Dawson Des, thank you for your donation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your donation. Thank you. People complain about the modern era, but you can get chicken nuggets delivered to your door. You couldn't get that 100 years ago. And you can make a living, internet, get this, by inviting strange men from the internet round your house and playing with them. So if you're ever short of money, get on the internet, look for some men to play with, invite them home. You can make a living out of it. Who'd have thunk it? Steve, not Rob, 9 years of playing with me. 9 years. Both of your hips didn't lie back then, but now one of your hips definitely lies. You know, the kung fu, you're more machine than man now. You've been Wolverined with your hip replacement and stuff. I don't mind you playing with me, but less of the old, please. Just Craig, you are old. You're married, you've got kids, means you're old, okay? It means you're officially old. If a kid in the street walked up to you, they'd call you Mr. or Sir, because you look like a very respectable individual who should get a Mr. or a Sir or a punch in the face. One of those three things when people look at your face. But definitely a Mr. or a Sir. You shouldn't go up to anyone in the street and punch them in the face. Unless, I can think of a few good reasons, but I won't say them on the internet. Necrom, yes. But you are old. You got kids, okay? It's a fact. If you, were rolling around on a playmat covered in Jell-O trying to stick Transformers up your nose, then I wouldn't call you old. Swindon, though. Yeah, you live in a much nicer part of the world than me. Swindon is, it's looking like the Blitz these days out there. It's a bit rough, you know. I went to town by mistake the other day, and it's half of it's boarded up, half of it's sweeping down the street. This tidal wave of, what's the best way to say it? It's more like, you know, like in The Lion King, when the buffaloes go through the canyon and they just destroy, and Mufasa dies. Mufasa! Oh, no! You know, that thing, and it's a horror, and you cry, and the buffalo, there's death, there's dead lions. It's like that, Swindon Town Centre. It's awful. I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, I found myself there by mistake. But I think, you know, this is weighing down my T-shirt. What was I talking about? I was talking about a thing. Yes, Just Craig, you reminded me. That's right. Hi, everyone. Hi, chat. Hi, members. Hi, subscribers. Hi, if you just jumped into the stream. Thanks for jumping in the screen. Swindon kills your dad. Yes, it does. This week, as a celebration for all things, there will be 2 members' videos coming up this week. I thought, basically, I wouldn't be here without this gift that you have given me. And it's the members that keep it going. So there'll be one on Wednesday, one on Thursday. On Wednesday, there is a video. Swindon is overrun by Gene Stealers. Swindon and the Lion King. It's a horror story. You know, the Lion King is a horror story. It's a horror story. It's sad. Horror. You see the land at the end, you know, when Uncle Thingy Bob's in charge. Yeah, it's not. Jeremy Irons is in charge, and there's famine. It's horrible. Yeah, so 2 this week, 2 videos for members. The 30k one will be tomorrow, and it's against Iron Hands and Just Craig. And then there's an Old World one on Thursday. Brapscallion's very first game of Old World. And we thought we'd record it because, you know, that'd be torturous, and throw him to the YouTube's comment section. So on Thursday for members, the Old World one will come out. It's Brap versus Monkey. Sultan is in the corner trying to referee the thing and actually read all the books, and then go for him in the comment section. Just go, eat him alive. Be grateful. They filmed a post-apocalyptic film in Stoke a few years back and didn't have to do Out to make it look post-apocalyptic. For Blood Buffalo and the other Americans in the chat, Out means nout, which means nothing. It's like that's Northern speak. You got to be careful with the Northern speak. It's like Cockney rhyming slang. You know, Cockney rhyming, apples and chairs, governor. You've got to be careful with that sort of thing. Yeah, so 2 videos for members this week. Appreciate you all. Purity Seal. Thank you, Winters, once more for all you do. Happy anniversary. Thank you. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Let's celebrate that. Okay, that's good. I don't know where that one went. Thank you. Thanks. I hope I'm not blowing out too many people's eyeballs. Are you on the thing? Look. I actually hit the camera with that. That was a good shot. Actually hit the camera. Tea and biscuit. I love the four-way clashes. I know the four-way clashes are lovely. It's hard. It's so hard, man. It's like herding cats to get 4 people in a room at the same time. Blood Buffalo, you're a super donator, Blood Buffalo. You donate every single week, and you're a postman. You need to stop it. You need to calm down, unless you're like really financially sound. I really appreciate your donation this evening. Thank you. Thank you, Blood Buffalo. Thank you. Celebrate, Blood Buffalo. Thank you. There we go. I think I need to shoot them up and then they can come down and land on me. You know, that would be better. Well, look at that. It's going up, Blood Buffalo. At this rate, you're going to run out of poppers. Well, that's the dream. Maybe. How many have I got left? I am going to run out of poppers. Blood Buffalo, I like the Imperial Agents Codex detachment premise. Now you can go full thematic army and have it be usable without any of those niche law units become Meta Auto-Includes and Space Marine armies. I really liked the Imperial Agents premise as well. I really liked it. It might be going up for pre-order soon, and I might have some things to say about it, but I really liked it too. Aussie, thank you for gifting a membership. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for gifting. Thank you. Thank you, Aussie. Thanks. Thank you. I am rich, but I'm not rich, but I'm not poor. Just be careful, dude. I appreciate all your donations and stuff, but I appreciate you. As long as you're not poor, that's the good thing. Have you ever thought about hundreds of thousands of money you made people spend on plastic over the years? It does occur to me, dude, every now and then, you know, I get comments from people saying, hey, you're the reason why I got into this, and you're the reason why I've got 5 armies, and you're the reason. And the amount, you know, YouTubers and people on the TikToks and people on the Instagrams and people on the amount of free advertising that Games Workshop gets. Occasionally they send me some stuff, you know, like it's occasional. Don't get me wrong, I'm extremely grateful to have this. I know it's like $130 or something, or $230, 130 quid. I know it's expensive, and I am definitely going to add everything in this box to my army. These are bits of a dreadnought that I'm currently putting together. I've got to finish off the dreads for the Iron Hands first, and Constantine Valdor's up there finishing more. But I want to do that and add it to the... I know, I'm extremely grateful for all the stuff. But the amount of money that I'm responsible for other people spending, I think Games Workshop should pay me. I think Games Workshop should pay for my Loft conversion. Because then I could make better videos, bigger videos on bigger tables. I don't know if better, but on bigger tables. I'm really looking forward to 2 tables, because then you can have one setup for one game system, one setup for another game system. You're all good, and every now and then put 2 tables together and build a 10,000 point game on a 12x6 table. That would be epic. Really, that would be epic. More purple, more better. Loft. Yeah. So. Would you guest star on Warhammer TV? Is it Warhammer TV now or Warhammer Live? I've been on Warhammer TV /Live. I think it was called Warhammer Live originally. I've been on it 3 times. I was there I was the first ever YouTuber on Warhammer Live or TV or whatever it was called back then, when they started filming Bat Reports. Then I appeared about 9 months after that with the guys from Geeks Wargaming. They asked me to come back on. They had a slot to fill. And I said, yeah, can I bring a friend? They went, yeah. So Geeks Wargaming, good friends. I thought it'd be nice to hire it, so we went for that. And then they did a 24-hour live stream launch for 8th edition, and I was on it then, me and Lawrence from Tabletop Tactics played a game for the 8th edition launch stream. We did that. So yes, where are we? It's moved very quickly all of a sudden. Great to see you all in the chat and chatting away. And Steve, not Rob, thank you for your £5. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate you. This is for you, Steve. This one's a bit lip and pin it. Yours is a bit limp, Steve. I don't know why. I don't know why yours is limp. Try to get it on my head. I didn't get it on my head. Thank you, Steve, for your donation. Thank you. Thank you. Where are we? Yeah, so would you guest star? I've already guest starred on Warhammer TV like 3 times. Cheers. I don't think they do those sorts of things anymore, though. I'm not sure. Maybe they invite... They do some things with some content creators sometimes now. Yes, they do some. I've seen the stuff on Warhammer Community and bits like that. And they have got in contact with me every now and then for other things. These days I tend to say no because I'm old. I don't want to leave the house. Cheers. Sam Nash has been a member for 31 months. You're an OG member. Appreciate you, Sam. Congrats on 10 years. You're the reason I got back into Warhammer after stumbling. Am I the reason? Really? Wow. Thank you. In the Discord, there were quite a few people. Badger King put up a post like, hey, tell me, like, it was a thing like, let's talk about when you got into the thing. How did you get into the thing? And how did you do the thing? And then there was a bunch of people commenting like, I discovered Witness this way, and I discovered this one, or I got into 40k because of this, and I got in, and the number of people who've messaged me or said, you're the reason why I got into 40k or Horus Heresy. It's scary. It's scary to think that I'm that responsible for that many bank accounts. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You should really quit. This hobby is horrible. It takes up all your time, takes up all your money. You don't leave the house very much. You might every now and then leave the house to go and see a stranger in a smelly room somewhere. But it's honestly, the hobby is so expensive. And you get paint all over your hands. You eat a lot of paint as well. You should, take up something healthy like golf or something. At least then you're touching grass, you know. For me, it's you and Luton. Luton is a G, by the way. He's an absolute G. What is that? Okay, Just Craig, thank you. Yes, just don't forget to smash that like button, as Craig said. So cheers. Cheers to everyone joining me on this 10-year anniversary of the YouTubes. We're still here, we're still doing it. Will we be here in 10 years' time? I guess it's up to you guys. So thank you. Thank you. So, I wanted to run a few things by you while I've got you all gathered around. Hopefully you've got, thank you, Matt. Hopefully you got a drink. I am Fraser from Scotland. Hi, Fraser. What does Miss Winter say about the big day? Keep the noise down, mainly. That's what she says, son. She says keep the noise down. I have to take a lot of responsibility with some poor people. I know. Me and Tabletop Tactics. I know. Yeah, it's, yeah, I'm sorry. But it's been a glorious 10 years. I hope I'm here in 10 years' time. I guess it's up to you guys. I'm enjoying the hobby still. I started in the hobby. It's 1984, I remember, was the year when I first, because I get asked quite a few times. So now I've got the year honed in, because it was the first year we moved to Swindon. And it was shortly after moving to Swindon, I found my first lead miniature in a toy store. It was a dusty old toy store, and it was in the back, in the corners. You know, back then, you know, you might go into a store and see some, like, trains and radio controlled cars and train sets and stuff. The 40k stuff was back in the corner with that. That's where the Dungeons and Dragons stuff was. That's where 40k was. That's where the Citadel miniatures was. But there wasn't even 40k then. It was Warhammer and Call of Cthulhu and Death on the Reich and stuff like that in the corner. I found these lead miniatures, and I remember walking out of there with a lead miniature and a white dwarf going, wow, and then trying to paint it and being really bad at it. That was 1984. I was into the hobby back then. It's now 2024. God damn, it's been 40 years. Whoa, way to feel old. Yeah, such a major part of my life. And hopefully another 40. Though I'm not sure humans can actually live that long. You were born in 89. My sweet summer child, you have no idea. No idea. Thank you, Voyak. Wojtek? Voyak. Surely it's Voyak. But yeah, 40 years. 40 years to go. And it just feels like... Did that move? Did that move all on its own? Did I hear something behind me then? Is there a ghost in the machine? Oh, I wondered what that was. Or is that, am I imagining it? Born in the 90s and only been in the hobby for the last year. Born in the 90s. My sweet summer child, you have no idea. No idea. No idea. You're going to become, later in life, you're going to be good friends with ibuprofen. Best friends. It moved. It did move. It wasn't just me. It did move. How did it move? Why did it move? Did someone move it? Wojtek, lol, Wojtek. That was me behind you. Def moved. The ghost of Romans. Yeah, I mean, this house is built spooky. Yeah. 2005. You were born in 2005. You're 19. The average age of a combat soldier in Vietnam was 19, and you're 19. You could have been at war a generation ago. Dude, 19. Ah, dear. I bet your knees are lovely and everything. Proper knees. And you can bend over and stuff. Yeah. Started 40k in 91. Stopped in 97. Got hooked again in 2017. Well, welcome back, Dats and Des. Welcome back. Welcome back from 2017 to now. I think that Dats and Des, because, we've met, we've chatted. I think that's the common story, the most common story, I think, is people start when they were kids, no idea what they're doing, no money, no real time, and they give it a good thrashing, maybe a year, maybe a good couple of years, like 5-6 years. And then they put it down. And then later in life, they're like, hang on a minute. I've got money now and some more free time. And I don't like going out as much because of the knees or the back. So, and then they get back into it again. So they sort of come and then they go and then they come again. I'm 1 year older than your first miniature. 85, huh? 85. The 80s, it was a good decade, to be fair. Apart from the wall and constant nuclear threat. We were all going to die the next day. This is the thing. I don't want to get political on the channel, but everyone's like, the world is ending, the world is ending, the world is ending. But I remember in the 80s when the world was ending, the world was ending. Like, my parents were in the military, so I didn't come to Swindon until I was 84. Grew up on a lot of different military bases. And I remember being taught, nuclear drills because the world was gonna literally end. I think the world's always been ending. Anyway, it's not political. It's an life observation. All generations have their trials and tribulations. I mean, a generation before my generation, there was literally a world war going on and the world was ending. That's not to downplay any world-ending events that might be happening now. See, this is the thing. As soon as you say anything political, no, we're not saying anything political at all. Move on. We move on. You're an anomaly that you start at 8 and haven't stopped. I've met a few people like you. Very rare people who start at 8 and didn't stop. Like me, I didn't really start 40k until 4th edition. Like I was in the hobby getting miniatures from before Rogue Trader. Before 40k even existed, I was in the hobby with Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, some Warhammer Old World back then, and then a bit. And then when 40k came out, it was just another game. I was playing Space Hulk, and Epic was my bag, baby, for a long time. And still collecting some 40k stuff, and then Space Hulk. When Space Hulk 2 came out, that was really good. The Blood Angels one after the OG one. No, the OG one was Blood Angels 1, but the second one it actually had, because you could follow it through in White Dwarf. They like had the thing for like tactical squads in there, then Mentor Legion in there, then they introduced the Tyranid Warrior in there, and it was all. And then because of the success of Space Hulk, Terminators ended up in 40k, and then I didn't start playing 40k or 4th edition, you know. Actually, same. That's why I asked. What about what mean opponents? What are we talking about? Where? I stopped because I only had my brother play with, and it was 90% arguing about rules. Ads will run shortly. Why does it do that? I've told it not to do the ads. Skip ads. Go away. Yeah. I think a large part of whether you keep playing or not is the people around you. Have you got people around you who will play? Hero Quest in '89, boom. I remember playing Hero Quest, one of the greatest games they ever released. The greatest game they ever released. By the way, this is up there with Hero Quest. This is up there with Space Hulk. There's many great games that Games Workshop have released, standalone games. It's Talisman. Talisman is the greatest. Talisman version 2, edition 2, second edition specifically, was the best game they ever released. And Talisman, I think Fantasy Flight now does it, and there's been a re-release of Talisman in the last 6 months or 12 months. You guys should Google Talisman, check it out. Particularly if you've got kids now and you want to play with them, Talisman, it is amazeballs. You'll love it. Yeah, it's nerd stuff, but painting got you hooked. Yeah, it's nerd stuff, but it's intelligent nerds. We're the intelligent nerds, you know. We use our imagination and everything. We have to do math. Look at you. You're an intelligent nerd. Keep it coming. For a 10-year anniversary gift idea, I'd sure spend money on a book of all Winter's table layouts. Damn it. Maybe 10 years ago I should have started taking pictures of my table layouts. Ah, that's an idea. I could start taking pictures of my table layouts. And then in 10 years' time, that's a good one. I could stick it in a table layout folder. I mean, on its own, and just 10 or even 50 table layouts don't mean that much. But when there's 200 in there, that would be lovely. That would be lovely. That's a good idea. See? Advanced Hero Quest. Yeah, no. See, Hero Quest was better than Advanced Hero Quest. Advanced Hero Quest is when they try to balance it. And as with all things, balance is a mythical unicorn that can never be caught. It doesn't exist. They should have just left it silly. And it wasn't silly. It wasn't that... It was really easy for the Dungeon Master to win all the time, but that was not the point. The point was you to use it almost like a role-playing... It was their version of Dungeons and Dragons Light with gaming pieces, wasn't it? Which you were supposed to use it like that. You know, John first started with Hero Crest. I never did solo play. I am going to play the crap out of Space Marine 2. I'm so hot for Space Marine 2 right now. I'm so hot for it. When you're talking about Heresy Army calendars and merch and stuff, in the thank you video, Unbalanced is more real and more cool. It is. It is. It's, look. Can you balance anything? I mean, chess isn't even balanced, right? Can you balance? And do you want to? Because, I mean, trying to aim for it, trying to get somewhere as close to it as you can is sure a good idea, but you don't really want 1,000,000 grots taking down a Titan. And say, well, it's not balanced. So have 1,000,000,000 grots. Keep going until there's enough grots to take down that Titan. And then it's balanced. But I say there could be a squidillion grots, but it's a Titan. It will win. The end. Is that balanced and fair? No. But have you ever been in the grimdark Warhammer 40k universe in a book or audiobook or video game? It's not a very nice place, you know? So I'm okay with a bit of imbalance. So long as cool shit happens. You know? Voyek! Thank you. Thank you for your donation. Thank you, Voyek. Thank you. Thank you for your donation. This one's for you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. She's going to kill me. She's going to kill me. Yeah, merch. What was I going to say? In that thank you video that I said thank you about 78 times, someone said that you should make a t-shirt saying, I don't know what I'm doing. So I think I plan to make a t-shirt like, I don't know what I'm doing, like an anniversary 10-year-old t-shirt, like Witness SEO, I don't know what I'm doing. Because I think it's also quite a nice t-shirt for normal people walking around Asda on a Tuesday afternoon with a t-shirt like, I don't know what I'm doing on it, you know? It's kind of like it's kind of like a t-shirt that you can normally wear is what I meant to say. Normal people? Where did that come from? You know, like when you're acting normal, when you're pretending you're not a nerd, when you're walking around. I don't know why. That's like us. That'll fit in really well. I thought that works. So, yeah, hopefully we'll get some merch going for the 10-year anniversary merch. Oh, dear. The cat isn't loving that. She's not loving it either. It's just, yeah, it's horrible. Yeah. Anyway, merch. There might be some merch coming, maybe, hopefully. I have no idea what I'm doing. I got a guy. I asked the guy to do a thing. If he does the thing, we'll have the merch. If he doesn't do the thing, or if I don't like the thing that he does, we won't do the merch. Thank you, Ghost. Thank you. Hello, USA. You said in the Discord something about dice. I did not say anything in Discord about that. I've still got dice up here from the last live stream because people are talking about dice. Now, I'll have you know, in order to invest in the dice, I have to convince my wife that I can invest in the dice and therefore sell the dice so we're not sat on a bunch of dice. Because she's like, no, otherwise you're not spending hundreds of pounds on some dice. So, yeah, I'm kind of waiting for that. I mentioned it to her. You got to you know what it's like. Jelly, you know what it's like. You can't just go up to your significant other and say, I'm doing this. You have to sort of like sprinkle in, you give them a heads up. I'm thinking about this. What do you think about that? That sort of stuff. Or have you ever thought about this? Have you ever thought that we could sell some more dice now? Because it's been a while since the last dice. You ask the questions first of all. You seed the ground. See if any shoots grow. And if some shoots grow, then you water those shoots a little bit. Particularly when money's involved. You water the shoots a little bit. And then you get the dice. The dice can't spring. Well, then you order the dice and then it'd take about 4 months to turn up. So if I did order the dice, it's still going to be like Christmas time. So it's a work in progress, okay? It's a work in progress. The dice will sell. We need them. I hope so. I hope you need them, and I hope they sell. We need so I think I need to get more dice. The Hat Skull logo actually fits the Northeast punk hardcore scene great. I have no idea what you're saying. Stuart Fields, all the way from New Zealand. All the way from Hobbiton. Hi, Stuart. Thank you for your donation. This one's for you, Stuart. This one's for you. Thank you, Stuart. Happy anniversary, mate. Happy anniversary to you too. Why am I saying that? It's my anniversary. 10 years must feel so great after the journey. It's been a roller coaster, I tell you. It's been, but as Ronan Keaton said, life is a roller coaster. Just gotta ride it. You know? So it's been a roller coaster. But yeah, it's been a journey. And taking a leap to go full time. Yes, that was a journey as well. You're a legend. No, you're a legend. Here's to 10 more. Thank you. Thank you, Stuart, for your donation. I hope the weather's nice down there in the middle of winter in Hobbiton. He lives in, he's got to hang on. He's underneath the planet. That's why they've got strong, that's why they're good at rugby down in New Zealand and Australia, because they've been hanging on all their life like that. And grip the balls, Grip the balls. The trick is to play dumb until they suggest your idea. Exactly. You've got to... Blood Buffalo, you know what I'm talking about. It's a subtle, long process. Seeding ideas with the wife. Seeding ideas. So they eventually come back to you like it's their idea. It's a subtle thing. You can't just... It's 4 degrees and dark in New Zealand. Nice. Winter's logo would make a pretty sweet command point token. Karks, I got you, baby. Go to marchofwar.co.uk. He has got tokens, objective markers and command point tokens. He's got tokens with my skull, with my logo on it, boom, and you can buy them. And I use them as command point tokens as well. Often use them as objective markers, and I use them as command point tokens at the same time. But yeah, you can get them from him. I think they're a tenner for 6 or something. I don't make any money on that, by the way. Just trying to help out a brother, 4 degrees and dark. Where the hell are you in New Zealand? Damned Legion. This is a good question, Stuart. Damned Legion wants to know where you are in New Zealand. 4 degrees and dark. Skip ads, YouTube. Why do you keep trying to do ads? So the Loft is the Loft idea. It's something I've been working on for a while. And I shared the idea with you when she first said she'd be up for the idea. She was like, okay, that would actually make sense. It took a while. She was like, yeah, that could... And then it would free up another room. And then you'd be out of the way. Then I shared the idea with you, this dream I had that's been percolating for a while now. And then she said, can you stop talking about it online? Because we might not get there. And I feel bad. And I said, yeah, but I've let the bag out with the cat now. So people will ask. And I share my dreams with my community. I mean, it's one of the best things about having a community. Sharing my dreams with you. Is there a place I can rewatch Death of Hope that used to be on DZTV? Negative, sir. Negative. The older videos are gone. They're gone. Technically, I didn't own them. DZTV owned them. So, and that business has been shut down. And all trace erased, because otherwise the tax man will be screaming at me. As Ragnar Lothbrok once said, don't look backwards. You're not going that way. Lodged tokens when? There's been lodge tokens that we've given out, Blood Buffalo, at and sold at various events here in the UK. Unfortunately, you're on the wrong continent. Sorry. Stephen, go. If your wife is calling you, go. You've got to go. Bag out with the cat. Did I say that? Am I quiet? Is winter's just quieter? See, you say, am I a bit quiet or is it just you? And I'm looking at my sound levels here and they're bouncing into the orange. And when I go, hoo, then they're bouncing into the red. Hoo, that's definitely red right there. Hoo, is that red for anyone else? Is that just you? You see, Andy H says just you. Would I do a battle report with Dempsey in the future? In the future, yes. I'm looking at new people, always new people. Like I've done, people ask me all the time, like Lawrence from Tabletop Tactics. I played him like 7 times. I played Striker Scorpion. I've got to catch them all. So the guys that I'm collaborating with these days, like Daily, are always newer people, less famous, less established YouTubers. I like helping, promoting, shouting them out a lot more. Like I'm actually going to go to Rift Forge Studios and play them on Monday. Heretic Dave, a 40k, I'm going down to see him on Sunday and play him. And then I've had Daily Dice Round. There's another one up there, Warhammered. I had them round. So I'm always looking for ways to support, help, promote, grow newer, lesser known YouTube channels as much as I can. Always. Back when I worked with Play on Tabletop, before they were mega big, helped them. Now they're mega big. It's much funner. That's one of the fun parts of this hobby, meeting new people who are new to the hobby and new people who are new to the YouTubers sphere as well, and sharing what I've learned and what I know with them, and trying to help them with my reach and my audience, and trying to help them, like Sultan. I'm still trying to help him. I mean, I don't understand why Sultan Plays doesn't get thousands and thousands and thousands of views for his videos, because they're much better than Miniacs or anyone else like that. So, yeah, I'll keep propping him up for as long as I can. Damn Legion, I'm a beginner 40k YouTuber, only 120 subs. Well, if you're in the UK, you should hit me up and we should get a game in and I should promote your channel. Does each Warhammer channel have a Warhammer? I don't think so. We're not issued them at birth or anything. Can I share a link? Yeah, you can share a link. I'm not sure whether the chat bots for YouTube bot will let links be put in there. The bot might go no to your link. But yeah. I mean, if you were in the Discord, you can share the crap out of it in the Discord. If you're happy anniversary, Stranger Come Knockings. Thank you. Here's them anymore. Thank you. No, Steve, you are playing me Sunday. Steve, not Rob, you're playing me Sunday. Next Sunday, I'm going to see Harry. I'm looking up here. You're coming to me on this Sunday. On the Monday, I'm going to Rift Forge in Aylesbury, down by your way, Aylesbury. And then next Sunday, I'm going down to Plymouth to see Heretic Dave 40k. I'm filming on his channel. I'm leaving the house twice in 1 week. I know. Shocking. Horror. Shock, horror and things. Where are we? Yeah. As DC is back in the UK from SN Battle Reports. Love DC. He's one of my favourite SN Battle Reporters. He's a very genuine, nice, happy, smiley guy. Every time I've met him, he makes me laugh. And then he opens his mouth and I just laugh even more. And he's down in Somerset, so it's about an hour and a half from me. And I did hit him up on the WhatsApp and congrats and consolidations and all the words. I said all the words to him, and I also said you're welcome at my place anytime to play some games, or I can come to you and just play some games with you. That's a thing that I also do as well. Like a third of the games that I play, I don't film because either I'm around someone else's house, go around Sultan's a lot, or they come here and I'm not filming, or I go and see. Like, I mean, I had the privilege of playing Luton. We didn't film it, just had the privilege of meeting Luton and playing. And I'm still in the hobby. I'm still playing games. I'm still enjoying it. I'm not filming I love the hobby. So, you know, why did I get onto that? Because I can, yes, go somewhere and, yes, where are we? That popped into my head for some reason. I don't know why it popped into my head now. I don't know. There's another Kiwi in the chat, yeah. Hi, Michael Stewart. New Zealand. We've got, Stuart Fields, one of your countrymen, was here. You know Stuart, right? Michael, if you're in New Zealand, you know Stuart. He's he was in the chat. I'm not sure if he's still in the chat. He said it was 4 degrees and dark. There's Stuart. There he is. Look. 2 New Zealanders in the chat, hanging on for dear life. Strong arms, good at rugby. Try playing a game over the weekend. I don't think I know the rules anymore after the recent updates. Pivot is just weird. Yeah, you can ignore pivot. If you're playing amongst your friends. Pivot is a rule so tournament players don't cheat. Because if there's a vehicle going this way and it swings its bum round, then the back is clearly gone more than its total distance it could move. And tournament players were doing that and move blocking a lot and essentially cheating. What the rule should say for movement is no part of the model should exceed the maximum move distance of 12 or 10 or however far. So you measure in a straight line and then you make sure no part of that model has exceeded that maximum distance. And it's the same for you and it's the same for me. So if there is a way to exploit it a little bit by swinging an ass round and a little way for you to exploit it by swinging an ass round, who cares? We're both using the same exploit. So long as the rule is clearly written, no part of the model may exceed the maximum move distance. Done. Leave it like that. And then they wrote pivot, and then they rewrote pivot, and then they rewrote the pivot. And now we have pivot. And it's a rule they've invented to stop tournament players exploiting the rules, which they didn't need to do. They needed to focus on the things. If you're playing in a casual setting amongst your friends, ignore pivot. Ignore it completely. Don't worry about it. If you're playing it at the local club, if you're playing it at a local tournament, or if you're playing it for YouTube on TV, then make sure you follow pivot. And pivot is basically, unless you're a big vehicle, you lose an inch of movement. If you're a bigger vehicle, you lose 2 inches of movement. If you turn, everything moves a bit slower. That's pivot by an inch or 2. That's all you need to know. But I'm sure 99% of the people in this chat just play with friends, family, loved ones, the midget cat that they keep in the basement in a box, the gigantic llama they keep in the back garden, the squirrely snake they keep down their trouser leg. I'm sure you play it with all your imaginary friends and all the penguins in the world. If you're playing with them and friends and family, don't worry about pivot. It's just, don't worry about it. Lim T, thank you for your 17 months membership. Thank you. Thank you for 17 months. We salute you. Have you lost your interest in the Grey Knights and Dark Angels? My Dark Angels force. So I had a very specific army, Dark Angels army, at 2,000 points. And now the additions moved on. And that's exactly the model as I have. I have no more, I have no less. So I can't field that army anymore because that army is now about 1,300 points. Also, it's not legal. It's got like a 5-man Blade Guard squad and a 6-man Blade Guard squad in it. The collection isn't 2,000. I can't field the Dark Angels anymore. So it's not that I've lost interest in it. It's I can't field it. I need to either grow it. Grey Knights is one of those that I keep meaning to play. I keep meaning to play the Grey Knights. I need to play the Grey Knights at some point. I'm looking at the calendar. Sultan, Overlord Felspar, Wraith Raider. I'm looking at it thinking, can I get a Grey Knights game in? Dude, look how much 40k I'm playing this month as opposed to 30k. But sorry, the other way around. Steve is 30k. Riff Forge is 30k. Liam is 30k. That's 4 30k games. And 1, 2, 3, 4 40k games. It's 50-50 chance this month. And then next month, I know it's like 90% 40k. But the remaining games this month, half of them are 30k. How am I going to squeeze that on the release thing? That's going to be a hard one to juggle. Yes, I need to do Grey Knights. I want to do the Grey Knights. I want to get them on the channel. I haven't lost interest. I will play with the Grey Knights. I just got into 10th edition and got my head round a couple of... This is the guys. This is the story of 10th edition. Okay? I've got a lot of armies. Lots of stuff changed. Did something move back there? Lots of stuff changed. 10th edition, new ways to play, lots of changes, battle shock things. It was quite a change. Not just the main rules, but the indexes and codexes and things. It was quite a change. So it took me a while to get my head around it. And just as I was getting my head around it, the first couple of codexes started coming out. So I'm like, I need to focus on those first couple of codexes, get my head around the first couple of codexes. And then they changed all the things with some balanced data slates. And then they changed, and then Necrons came out, and Necrons were pretty good. And so I've just been kind of riding the wave. 10th edition has been a wave. It's been washing all over me. And I've just been hanging on there tightly. And there's loads of stuff I want to do. And one of them is actually play Grey Knights. I'll get to the Grey Knights. No expense spared. No expense spared tonight. No expense. 10-year anniversary stream. No expense spared. When Grey Knights get the range refresh, they'll deserve... yes, it's just a matter of time before Grey Knights get Primera-ified. Now, I like my Grey Knights the way they are. I love my Grey Knights. They're so cool. The lore, it's just like they are the ones that go into the warp and kill demons. They do other things as well, but they will literally go into the warp and screw over you. I love that. And when they get all Primera-ified and bulked out, and basically let's say 11th edition is the Grey Knight edition. It might not be. It might be 12th edition, but one of the editions will be the Grey Knight edition. And when they come out, it'll be like Grey Knights in 6th edition again. They'll be the hardest thing on the planet for all that edition. We might even get Cyborg ammunition back again, and they might be epic. I'm looking forward to the Grey Knight edition of Warhammer 40k. I'm kind of hoping it's coming next year. I don't know if it will, but I'm kind of hoping it is. It would be lovely. Primera-ified Grey Knights. They're so cool. I want to see like a big shield, sword, Stormbolt, a Grey Knight, like a Gravis Grey. Imagine a Grey Knight Terminator in Gravis armor with a shield and a sword and a Stormbolt over there. I mean, it'd be epic. What have you been in? You've been in the hobby for a while. What was the biggest edition change of experience? 7th to 8th was the biggest edition change. I changed everything. Basically, 3rd edition through to 1st and 2nd edition were an edition of Warhammer 40k. 3rd to 7th edition was an edition, and 8th, 9th, 10th has been an edition. While 10th is quite dramatically different from 9th, the core mechanics of it, the AP system for wounding and armor saves and all that sort of stuff, the core mechanics of it is the same. There's been 3 editions of Warhammer 40k and tweaks along the way, Thank you, Beric. Thank you. 7th to 8th still breaks my heart. I loved it. Breathed new life into it. Yeah, for people who hate, I say the same thing. If you loved 7th edition and earlier, that game system still exists, and it's called Horus Heresy. Horus Heresy is built around that 3rd to 7th ed rule set. There's many mechanics in there. The foundation system in there is that system. So if you loved pre-8th, play Heresy, assuming that you like Space Marines 2, or Solar Auxilia, or Custodes, or Mechanicum. Go play Horus Heresy. You'll love it. For all of those who started after 8th edition, we don't even know what you're talking about. It's fine. It's fine. And you can play 8th edition, 9th edition, 10th edition, whatever. Would I say 10th edition is better than 8th, 9th for new players? No, the best edition for Warhammer 40k is 8th edition, part 1. There's two. 8th edition part 2 was a horror story. By the end of 8th edition, you needed your codex, you needed a supplement. They started releasing Pariah Nexus. You had an Imperial Armor Book and probably a White Dwarf. You probably had 8th edition screwed the pooch because you needed 3 or 4 or 5 books just to play one army. And the balance by the end, it got crazy at the end of 8th edition. They just get more stuff. But early 8th edition, the first year and a half, when everyone had their first, because another thing people forget about 8th edition is, it was also the edition where most factions got 2 codexes in an edition. They got the Index when it came out, then they got the Codex 1.0, and then they got Codex 2.0. Space Marines got 2 codexes in that edition. So 8th edition 1.0, while everyone had a codex, it was the first year and a half. There was a month between the Imperial Guard Codex, I think it was the first codex for 8th edition. There was a month before that, and they released Space Marine 2.0 codex in 8th edition, and then Pariah Nexus started coming out, and then it went really bad really quickly. But early 8th edition had the closest win rates for tournaments that 40k has ever had, and it got huge number of people into the hobby. It was the most accessible Warhammer 40k has been ever. So accessibility, new players, it's the more accessible the game, the easier it is for new people to start a game. If you make a game too accessible and too free and easy, then you don't retain as many people as you could. Yeah, Steve, it was 7th Ed, our first game. 7th Ed. Yeah. Rulebook, Space Marine Codex, Chapter Supplement, Vigilus Book, Psychic Awakening, and probably a White Dwarf thrown in for good measure. Yes, that was the end of 8th edition. Everyone talks about 8th edition like it was the best thing ever, and it was for the first year and a half. By the end of the edition, it was a goddamn nightmare. I stopped playing in 6th or 5th and played again after the Primaris came out, and I was so shocked. Yes, like I said, there's been 3 editions of Warhammer 40k, 1st and 2nd, 3rd through to 7th, and then 8th, 9th, 10th. And people who played in 2nd Ed, no one played in 1st Ed. Don't believe the lies. No one played 1st Ed Rogue Trader. Some people tried to play 1st Ed Rogue Trader, but no one knew what the crap they were doing, and house ruled the crap out of the rules because it was impossible to play. That's why they released 2nd Ed. And that was impossible to play too. People who play 2nd Ed, who then started up in 5th or 6th, they don't. It's hard to recognize the game. It changed completely. And people who came back from 5th and 6th edition and came back in 8th and 9th edition, it's like, what the hell happened to this game? That's what happened to the game. There's been 3 editions. And we'll have another completely redo. What was it? 1st, 2nd, and then we had 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. That's 6th editions, and we're on 3 already. So in a maximum of 3 more editions, but I suspect it might be in 2. There'll be a complete refresh of the edition and a complete change of the rules again. Evening, James. James March from marchofwar.co.uk is in the chat. Hi, James. Nice to see you. Glad you could join us. That video that we did, James, is popping off. The greatest heresy game I've ever played. Popping off, bro. 30k views in like 10 days. It's my most successful heresy video. I hope it's sending a lot of merch your way, business your way. Again, not paid for this. I'm not. I don't even know why I do it. I don't even like him very much. But if you want some lovely resin bases, or some bits for your dudes, or some lovely scenery, check out marchofwar.co.uk. And James, what you should do is clip that and stick that on your Instagram. But you don't know how to do. You don't, do you? You're as techno savage as I am. You are very annoying. Merch of War. You make heresy fun to watch. Thank you, son. You like the index cards and mission decks from 10th? Yeah. Yeah, you don't know how any of it works, but you can clip some stuff, James, and you can I say some stuff every now and then on this and I think, damn, I wish I knew how to clip it. I wish I knew, but I don't know how to clip it. I don't know how to do that technical stuff. Thanks, Brody. Thanks everyone for joining me for my 10th year anniversary live stream. It has been 10 years. I thought I would take this moment to look back at 2014, chat. We're going to look back at 2014. Okay? It'll make you feel a little bit old. Thank you for the 100. Yes, thank you, Beric. 100k. But first, we look back at 2014. So, the biggest movies of 2000. No, not a montage. Stuart, I'm not technical at all. We're going to talk about 2014. After that big HH game, do you plan on getting a bigger table? Graham, thanks for asking. I'm currently putting some money aside every month from members and things in a little savings account. And if I manage to save enough money this time next year, yes, I do plan on getting a bigger table and a bigger room. I want to do my whole loft all the way down. All the way down. I could fit 3 tables in there, but definitely stick 2 in there. Yes, I have plans. I have a dream. It's not a plan, because a plan applies that I might actually do something. It's a dream, something that I may achieve. So yes, I don't plan on getting a bigger table, but I dream on getting a bigger table. Yeah, that was my motivation. Yeah, if everyone could become a member, please, and tell your aunt and tell your cousin and tell your grandpa to become a member, that'd be lovely, thanks. So yeah, 10 years ago, movies: Interstellar, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Captain America: Winter Soldier. Do you remember Marvel when Marvel was good? Those are 2 bangers, Guardians of the Galaxy and Winter Soldier. Fury, that one with Brad Pitt with the tanks, and it wasn't that realistic. The tank battle at the end, I was like, it's a very Hollywood. And Edge of Tomorrow. And I have to say, out of Interstellar, Guardians of the Galaxy, Fury, Edge of Tomorrow, and Winter Soldier, the one that I've seen the most is probably Tom Cruise Edge of Tomorrow. I watched that again recently. That's a banger. Rum Diaries! Thank you for your 5 gifted donation. Thank you, Rum Diaries. Thank you. Thank you. Absolute legend. This is for you, Rum. This is for you. That one's a bit limp. Have I got a less limp one? No, you're just going to have a limp one. Yay. Thank you. Then God said, "Who shall I send?" And I said, "Here I am. Send me, Fury." Edge of Tomorrow was a fantastic film. It featured all 5 Cruise tropes. Him running. Blood Buffalo, thank you for your donation again. Thank you. Blood Buffalo, stop it now. You're a very, very generous mushroom, Blood Buffalo. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you. But, yeah, 2014, I was married to the wrong person. Well, it takes a couple of goes, doesn't it? Now I have a family with the right person, and she paints my minis. My wisdom. Don't marry for curves, marry for mini painting talent, and buy the curves after. There you go. That's his wisdom. Don't marry for curves. Marry for mini painting talent, buy the curves after. She sounds like the right person. My wife wants nothing to do with the hobby. And she's definitely the right person. Oh, she can cook. That's for you, Blood Buffalo. Thank you. Thank you, Blood Buffalo. Right, I'm all out of poppers. And I've created a goddamn mess everywhere. So no one else donate or no one. That's it. We're done. Okay? We're done. My goddamn eye. 5 Cruise tropes. Cruise running. Cruise ends up in the UK. Explosion gets him. He falls out of something from a great height. He rides a motorbike. All Cruise tropes. Dude, that's so right. He ends up in the UK. Tomorrowland, he didn't. What's the one where the thing and the set and the thing and he's the thing and there's clones of him? That was really good as well. But falls out of something from a great height and he rides a yeah. Nice. Did it bring us John Wick 2014? Nice. Okay. Those are the movies of 2014. We're going to talk about the music of 2014, chat. Oblivion. Great film. Oblivion's good as well. I like Oblivion. Not as good as Edge of Tomorrow, but it's still a very good film. Because once you kind of know the twist to Oblivion, it's not like as rewatchable as Edge of Tomorrow, which isn't as rewatchable as Groundhog Day, which in my mind, we did like some of the best movies ever of all time last stream. Groundhog Day is up there, dude. Groundhog Day I've seen so many times. I feel like I've been trapped in Groundhog Day. So quotable. What a great movie. What a great movie. Thank you, Tinky Yuku. Thank you. Fave movie. We talked about that last stream, which, by the way, oh yeah, I got a couple of messages about that one. What happened to last week's live stream? So for those of you who were there, you know that there was a false start at the start. Like there was a problem with the streaming at the start with the software, or YouTube with the software. And then halfway through the stream, we cut out and cut back in again. There was a problem halfway through the stream. And then at the end, when I went to render the whole thing, it was screwed before, during, and after. So last week's live stream is dead. So if you're wondering where it was and why it isn't in the back, something killed it, and that something wasn't me. Music 2015. You're going to like this, okay? We had some bangers in 2015. We had Bang Bang by Nicki Minaj. Taylor Swift, for all our Swifties out there. Oh, and I know there's a lot of Swifties in the chat right now. Blank Space and Shake It Off. And Blank Space, by the way, is definitely one of my top 3 Swiftie songs. I love a bit of Tay Tay, but Blank Space is up there. And then if you didn't think it could get better than Taylor Swift, Steal My Girl from One Direction was a smash hit in 2014. And Gangnam Style hit 2 billion downloads in 2014. Can you Adam and Eve it? Wow. Anyone else a Swiftie? Anyone else likes a bit of Tay Tay? Is it just me? I'm not doing the dance. I'm not doing Gangnam Style. Bad back, don't you know? Yeah, I mean, you don't mind I don't mind Swift. I'm not doing the Gangnam Style dance. I don't even know how to do the Gangnam Style dance. I'm not sure anyone really knows how to do the Gangnam Style dance, unless you're like a 30-something-year-old yummy mummy from the suburbs with an alcohol addiction and reliving the last decade. I think they might know how to do the Gangnam Style dance, but the rest of it, we're nerds. We don't know how to Gangnam Style. We don't know anything about style. Look, I wear a hat. If you do the dance, I'll become a tier 3 channel member. I'm not doing the dance. It's not about knowing the Gangnam dance. It's about having the passion to have a go. It is about knowing the Gangnam dance to do the Gangnam dance. What happened to no expense spared? Look, that's what happened to no expense. I spared all the expense, okay, at Clinton's cards. That's where the expense went. I can't know. Their dance isn't... I don't even know the dance. I'm not kidding. Right. I don't know. Chat. No. This is not... No. It's not like I'm drunk or anything. Can I dance, monkey? That's a great song as well. And say, oh my God, I see her walking by. I'm not dance. No. This is called peer pressure. No. Dance, dance. Drink more and dance. No. Blue or Loft. Floorboard on these poppers. No. We're all doing the dance winters. You should join us. No. Being abused by him. Own chat. No. We're not. Yes, I am being abused. We're not that. It's quite simple. You can... No. See, you can shout at me all your life. I'm not... Look. It's not no. Okay? No means no. There's a line. And on this side, there's a line. It's right here. Okay? We are still live. Yes, Jink. They're trying to get me to dance, Jink. You're like one of my oldest, nicest, bestest members. You've been in the comment section forever. These people are trying to get me to dance. Get them, Jink. Because there's a line here. And on this side of the line, we don't dance. Do a tour video once you get your new gaming area sorted and do the dance at the end of the video. No. You passed the test winters. Most people would have danced. Thank you, Inchin. I ain't dancing. Nice. I know, it's a nice badge, isn't it? No expense spared. We went to Clinton Cards. We spruced up the Bruce. Look at that. What do you mean you've seen me dance, James March? When did you see me dance? We haven't been clubbing. And unless it looked like someone trying to point at all the lights in the disco at the same time, and yes, I said disco, then you haven't really seen me dance, because that's my move. Point at all the lights with all parts of your body, like that. Every now and then your crotch, like at the lights. That's how you dance. You know, I've seen you very drunk and you didn't dance then. Exactly. Yeah. Technically, he's dancing. That wasn't a dance. That was me. No, that wasn't a dance. I pointed at, no, that was me. That was acting. And the Oscar goes to Winter's SEO. I'd like to thank my agent. That's what that was. That was such good acting. You thought I was dancing. No, you haven't got me. That wasn't upper body dancing. That was like, that was proper. I'm such a good actor. I should be the next James Bond, I reckon. I would be good. It's not a dance. Exactly. See, Freeform Rue knows what I'm talking about. It was not a dance. Does that mean it was a dance? I feel like it wasn't a dance. Ladies and gentlemen, no, you didn't know. There was no getting him. There was no gotchaing. There was no dancing. Thanks for coming. Let's talk about 2024 some more, shall we? 2014. We talked about the movies, okay? We talked about Blank Space and Gangnam Style, okay? Let's talk about world affairs in 2014. We're moving on. We're talking about what was happening in the world in 2014. And I know you're all right on a computer or a digital device right now, but nobody cheat. Someone stick in the chat what they think was happening. Main news stories in the world 2014. Please don't cheat. Just chuck it up there. The sillier, the better. But I've got them listed here. Bye, Beric. Thanks for stopping by. Go and paint. Tottenham riots. No, that didn't come up on my Google. No, you don't want to see me on Strictly. We're moving the conversation on. We're not talking about the dancing anymore. Ukraine annexation, yes, that was on there. The first time. Germany 7-1, don't know what that is. Probably volleyball. But yeah, it's the first time the Ruskies moved in. It's been going on for 10 years. Scottish independent referendum in 2014 happened as well. Yes, that happened. I mean, those referendums, they always work out well, don't they? You got married. Congratulations. 10-year anniversary, Jink. Well done. Germany won the thing. We don't care about that, do we? No, not Brexit. NASA did see Uranus. NASA saw Uranus. And your mum. Tim Howard set the World Cup record for... Oh, yeah. Tim Howard for the American Defense Department, wasn't it? Ministry of Defense. Tim Howard. No one's... Okay, so you're talking about football and Ukraine. Here's a couple of other things. Do you remember that flight, that Malaysian flight 370? No one remembers that, do they? That's the year it went missing. 2014. Skyrim got released. No, it didn't. Not in 2014. It wasn't in 2014. Skyrim was not in 2014. It was definitely before 2014 because it's before I met my then girlfriend, now wife. But yeah, Malaysian flight 370. That was a thing. Ebola. Do you remember the last great pandemic? Ebola. That was 2014. And ISIS was officially announced as a thing. There you go. World events. Ebola, ISIS. Gangnam Style hit 2 billion downloads. And Flight 370 flew off into the warp. And as basically the people on board 370, they've been having a bad time in Cornwall ever since, haven't they? Skyrim was 2012. There we go. See, I knew it was definitely before I met my then girlfriend, now wife. Because otherwise I wouldn't have met her. I'd have been playing Skyrim. I mean, 2014 was a dry year for women because we were all playing Skyrim. It was 2011. Now we have an argument. Was it 2011, 2012? Wasn't Skyrim responsible for the first ever paid DLC, Horse Armor? Skyrim was in 2011, 2016, 2017, 2020, 21. Thank you, Tassanara. See, we've had some clarification. Skyrim keeps coming back round and around and around like Haley's comment. Oh, that was Oblivion. Oblivion was the horse armor. I know something was Skyrim or Oblivion. One of them was the horse armor. Yeah, Oblivion. See, Oblivion and Skyrim. I mean, underneath it all, was Oblivion better than Skyrim? Now, Skyrim was amazing. There's dragons in it, but what did the dragons really do? Sort of got in the way in the end. Was Oblivion, OG Oblivion, the first time, wasn't it better? And Titanfall was amazing as well. Yes, Stuart Fields, Titanfall absorbed my life. Oblivion was better, hands down. Oblivion was better, yeah. Never did get into Skyrim. Oblivion was way better overall, yeah. There was something, yeah. No way I'd trust a Boeing Gellerfield. Oh, yeah, it was a Boeing, wasn't it? That one that disappeared. Damn it. Skyrim was better. Oh. I mean, they're both top-tier games. They're both top-tier games. Up when you think about some of the best games, Skyrim and Oblivion, they're up there, along with, like, Mass Effect. Maybe not Mass Effect 1, but Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3. Up there. Dead Space. Halo trilogy, they're up there. Some of the greatest games ever. BioShock, you know, Oblivion, Skyrim. But is Oblivion better than Skyrim? Honestly, as a fun playing experience. I mean, Skyrim had the dragons were basically annoying rats by the end, weren't they? It's like, get out of my face. Why are you even in the game? Witcher 3. The Mass Effect 2 end mission was just outright epic. And I did it all the way through without cheats, without anything. And you know, you get the achievement unlocked, which is get everyone back alive. I was so pleased that I did that mission. Look, people were talking about getting all the way through the mission after the fact. Like, oh, did you know that there's an achievement that you could get if you did the last everyone dies mission and no one dies? And I was like, yeah, I did it already because I just got it. Do you remember you had to go to the shop and purchase a game, bring it back, stick it in the thing, play it, smash it? I was so pleased that I did that first run with everyone alive. It was good. It was good. What have the dragons ever done for us? Crafting armor, shouts. Yeah. Lego Hobbit is easily the best game of 2014. Oh dear. Morrowind was the best. That's old school, man. Morrowind is old school. Stuart Fields just finished the Mass Effect trilogy again last month. You know who also just finished the Mass Effect trilogy again last month? Sultan, from Sultan Plays YouTube channel, because he wouldn't stop banging on about it. I'm probably the reason why he played it again, because I played it again about 6 months ago all the way through again. It had been about 10 years since I played it. Man, maybe not 10 years, but 6-7 years. And you just go through the whole thing bit by bit by bit. Like Halo and BioShock 1 is one of those games that I've occasionally, every couple of years, just play all the way through again. That Dead Space remake, Dead Space Remastered, I got that on launch, played that all the way through, then played it all the way through on the super hard mode. It's just nice to be on the Ishimura. It's nice to be in those spaces. Like Warhammer 40k, when you're in a book, when you're in the Black Library, it's nice to inhabit certain spaces. It's nice to inhabit the Ishimura and be alone and trying to fix stuff. And the remake was better than the original because at least he talks now, you know? And BioShock being in Rapture, it's just nice to be in those spaces, like Skyrim, walking across forever and ever and ever and ever, and seeing the dragon whirl. And it's nice. The dragons were nice for visuals, but in the end they got in the way. You know, yeah, it's nice to revisit these games, the classic games like a classic book or a classic movie or a classic ice cream. It's just something you like to slip into every now and then. You know what I mean? Bioshock Infinite is criminally underrated. Yeah, I mean, I think the problem that Bioshock Infinite had was Bioshock. If Bioshock didn't exist and Bioshock Infinite came out, then Bioshock Infinite would not be criminally underrated. But Bioshock is one of the greatest games of all time. First Roda. Dead Space 2. I so hope they make Dead Space 2. Dead Space 1 remake. If you haven't played it, go play it. It is a banger game. You're looking at 10 to 15 hours. If you explore everything and enjoy yourself, you're looking at about a 15-hour game. It is replayable for those that don't know. By the time you hit the end, you can restart the game on a higher mission level, like on the insane settings, with all the kit that you took in on the first run through. And you feel like a god. But what it does is Dead Space on the higher mission settings is it makes the ammo scarce and health scarce, and you've got to manage your inventory. It's just really good. It's good. I mean, I'm sure there's no one in this chat who has not played Dead Space. But if there is one or two, go and play Dead Space. Do yourself a favor. You'll love it. Winters recommends. Living in America around nationalism extremes make Bioshock Infinite hit harder. Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah. It's a game, dude. It's just a game. It's a game, dude. Alien Isolation is a good move. Alien Isolation was a good game, but we're talking about one of the greatest games ever. I mean, Halo. You never played Dead Space, damn Legion. Dude. If you've got Xbox, if you've got PC, if you've got something, get Dead Space, play it. Come back next week or the week after, a couple of live streams in, damn Legion, and tell me what you think. I guarantee that either you'll like it and think it's good and it's a good game, or you'll love it. Because some of the greatest games that are ever, there's no one who thinks one of the greatest games ever made sucks. Like, if you introduce some people to like Skyrim, Oblivion, stuff like that, people who played it, or Witcher, there's no one out there who says these titles, I hated it. No one says that. What you do is there's some people who might not like it as much as the next person, but everybody likes it, and some people really, really like it. So everyone who's played it likes it. There's no one who thinks it sucks. It's one of the greatest. That's how you can tell. It's like one of the really, really great movies, like Aliens. No one in the chat dislikes Alien. Everyone likes Aliens. The first two. They're good movies. Now, some people think they're amazing, like Lord of the Rings. You can't not like something that's truly great. Like in 2014, Blank Space by Taylor Swift. You can't dislike that song. It's one of the greatest songs ever made. These are facts. I'm just laying down facts. Civilization 4 is a top. Civilization 2 and 4 robbed me of hours. I can't play Civilization anymore. I can't play it. Civilization 4 is the reason why I stopped playing those kind of games, that genre all together. Civ 2 I thought stole enough time from me. I missed Civ 3, went to Civ 4 and other games like that. I don't touch those games. I don't go anywhere near those games anymore. I can't. StarCraft coming out in my final year of college nearly ruined me. I know, right? That's why I don't touch StarCraft. And World of Warcraft. Never touch StarCraft. Never touch World of Warcraft. Never. Those games where you know people put hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours into, I can't. I still play WoW. Yeah, I've got a bunch of friends who are still, and they still play WoW. Yeah. Battlefield 1942. Battlefield 2 is the first battle. I mean, 1942 was really good, but Battlefield 2 blew me away, and then Battlefield 3 dropped, and it was just amazing. You had to play Civilization for a course at uni. Really? And admit a dissertation on it. You did a dissertation on Civilization at uni? What kind of horse crap degree did you get, Ozzy? That doesn't sound like surgery or lawyer. I always, looking at you, I thought you would be a brain surgeon or an astronaut or something. You normally come in with such intelligent comments. But clearly you did something else. Battlefield Bad Company were good games. Battlefield 3 was, and Battlefield 3 was better than Battlefield Bad Company. I mean, Battlefield 4 was amazing, but not for the first 12 months. It's Battlefield games. It's a piece of crap for the first year. You can't get a Battlefield game until a year after release. The only decent Battlefield game that was good at release, well, and 1942 and Battlefield Vietnam and Battlefield Bad Company and Battlefield 3 were the ones that you got on disc. So it was finished when you had it. Do you remember when games were finished when you had it? Not half built. That was the thing. Was having. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the OG one was groundbreaking. I mean, Halo changed everything. There were first person shooters before Halo, and then there were first person shooters after Halo. Before Halo, it was like Doom and Quake, and you had 8 guns. I don't know where you were putting all the guns. Even the older World War II games, and you had 8 guns. Halo came out and said 2. And also Halo was the first one that had proper aim assist on AI, online, offline. It was like soft aim on your... they're the first ones that had soft aim on a controller, proper soft aim. So you didn't feel like a granddad, and you could get pretty good pretty quickly. And then all the games, Call of Duty copied it afterwards, soft aim afterwards. And yeah. Unreal Tournament, yes. Halo changed. Unreal Tournament was, yes, that was game changing as well. I mean, Doom changed the industry, Quake changed the industry, then Unreal Tournament, same developers. Yes, amazing games. Where did all the good games go? Space Marine 2, coming September the 9th. That better be a good game. I'm so looking forward to that. So looking forward to that. God, and I had aim assist. Yeah, pretty much all the games after Halo has either some kind of soft aim assist or rotational aim assist on console, at least, because of Halo. It worked. So, yeah, dudes. I mean, they're saying that Space Marine 2. They're saying Space Marine 2 is. That's why they didn't do the beta. They're saying it's polished. They're saying it's like the noise the studios are making is the right noises. Now, so long as the single player campaign, that's the main thing we're all interested in, right? Being on a world with a swarm coming at you, being in a feeling like a Space Marine, feeling like the Master Chief, who let's not forget the Master Chief. Spartan 117 is a Space Marine. It's Genetic, the engineered superhuman in a suit of power armor, fighting aliens. He's a Space Marine. We want that feeling. As long as we have that feeling in that space with waves of gene stealers and Tyranids and things, that's cool. So long as they get that bit right, the multiplayer and the what are they called? The raids, they can be unfinished. I mean, it'd be perfect if everything about Space Marine was perfect. I would love it. But if the multiplayer and the raids is buggy and unfinished, I don't care. As long as the campaign isn't buggy and unfinished. If the campaign is solid, then I'm happy. Because they'll fix the bugginess of the multiplayer and the raids later. But you never know. It might be the only game to be released in the last 100 years that has no bugs in it. It might happen. Lightning can strike once. You know? I don't know what that is, Marius. I am Sultan plays. I'm ready for some hot co-op action. For Space Marine 2. Yeah. I'm ready. I'm so hot and ready. Anyway, I've nearly been going on 2 hours now. Nearly, my brain is beginning to unravel. It's been emotional. I've had a great time. Thank you for sharing my 80th YouTube's 10 years anniversary stream here with me this evening. Yeah, this has been a good one. 10 years of YouTube. 10 years of me putting videos up. 10 years of sharing my hobby goodness with the community out there. And it's a gift. It feels like I've been given a gift. And I want to thank you for that. And I hope to be here in 10 more years. Yeah. BC Firefly, thank you for your donation. Happy 10th anniversary. Thank you for all your amazing tabletop adventures. I appreciate you, VC Firefly. I did have poppers and a lot, but I'm out of poppers. I would have popped and blown a thing and celebrated that, but I'm all out. I'm spent. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for your donation. And Iron of the Spoon has been a member for 4 months. Thank you. First game of 8th was with Say Hi Paul. First introduction to 40k and got me into the tabletop. That game I did with Say Hi Paul is still the most... I did many with Say Hi Paul, but there was one that I did with the 13th versus Orcs, and it's still the most viewed video I've ever done. And I'm really... That's one of the things that this channel has given me, is I've met so many awesome people, like Salt and Place, like Say Hi Paul. Met so many like-minded people who just love the hobby, love hobbying. Yeah. I met some great people because of this channel. So it was the 13th versus Word Bearers. Okay. So that's a different one. Marius Gage, thank you for your donation. For Ultramar. Yeah, okay. You get a for Ultramar because I don't have any poppers left. And Jink, thank you for being a member for 18 months. Jink, you say hello to all the people in the Discord. You're so kind. You've been floating around in my comment section forever. You've been a member for 18 months. Your biggest contribution to Windows SEO is shouting at you to get onto Patreon. I am on Patreon as well if people want to support me that way. Yeah. I miss Chaplain Snow. He was awesome. He was, but he's dead now. We move forward. We move on to the next thing. We move on to the next thing. On this day, in 2024, I got through a bag of poppers by myself. Don't call the police. Happy wargaming.